Good evening. Welcome back, everybody, to the Gaming with a Brown episode 58 of the Total War Remastered Julii campaign. Let's get back into this. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate everyone watching. I still have a good blast with it, and it makes it even more fun to me to see that you guys are still enjoying it as well. Subscribe and stay up to date with the latest videos as I release them, and leave a thumbs up if you enjoy what we're doing here. Any tips or comments are appreciated in the comments. So also I'm thinking, because we're gonna need a little bit longer with Egypt, so I'm going to bring back the historical storytelling for this episode. I want to tell a little bit on Egypt's history beyond the Roman point, and we can have a fun little snapshot of why you could argue that they're wrongly represented in this game. And the reason I want to do that is mainly because I think sometimes we forget how unique, special of a civilization, specific word choice there, Egypt is. They're a powerhouse, but more so than that, they're ancient. Egypt's civilization is very old, and that's something to be considered, and I think something very interesting to watch and be aware of. Right, thieves at this point. There's not a lot happening, but put in some peasants. That's fine. I need a general over in Greece, which I currently don't have, which is problematic. The reason why I'm saying that is because I want to recruit some hoplites or spear units, any other way, shape, or form, to essentially guard the bridges there. In that situation, I prefer them over, let's say, our Roman infantry. Either way, if you're dealing with a strong front line, your hoplites can actually prove to be very helpful. I wish I had more access to them, but I don't. So what we're going to do is you retrain, and we're going to send you to the harbor here. You pick this guy up and drop him off on the way. You can make your way back again. What do you have? Oh wait, you have a general. Huh, okay. Never mind. You, go stand over here. What can you recruit? That's not a massive amount. Actually, there's not a massive amount at all. I want to recruit more, so you're going on a little recruitment hub. Sorry, recruitment party. In which case, sorry, I misdirected you. But that's okay. Look, for the time being, we're still just pulling the last of these units together. We don't really need, let's say, a bunch of generals floating around here.
Ready to sail. Who shall die this day, Captain?
What we're gonna do with you? Sorry, guys, I'm just thinking as we go through this. What are we missing? You link up with these two guys. Great, means that you're full. Make your way to the harbor. No, actually, wait. That's not the idea that I had in mind for you. Let me fix that. Spears. Yeah, alright, I think actually we're going to keep this unit, and we'll position them outside of Rome. And they're going to be our Legio Italica. So we'll keep those guys over there. Sorry, if you see me cutting away every now and then in the video as well, I trade and invest on the side, and I've got some positions sort of open, keeping an eye on the market with a side eye whilst I'm recording this, so sometimes it interrupts me. But it's all good. Let's see. Yeah, we've got these guys as well. There's no need for you to be here, so let's just move you along, please. Do we have any generals floating around this problem? We do. We have you. See, this is... Ideally, I'd like to be able to control this a little bit more, but I can't. Why are you there? We don't need you, I think. Not sure. Let's retrain this. Add in 2 more. Look, we need an army. That's a given.
Imperator.
So we're gonna send you over here and just park you out here. Yeah, none of these cities have got the recruiting pool because it's all in... Where did we put it? Not even in Trier. It's Elysia here that essentially builds everything, which is fine. That's not a concern. So let's start pushing out some troops. Same for... You can't build that yet? That's not ideal because you're gonna be our recruitment hub with it. So we're gonna have to upgrade you at least. That's fine. Now we know. What can you do? A little bit more, but still not amazing. Yeah, I'd say Trier, Mogontiacum, Batavodorum, and Dam will make those a little recruitment block. So let's focus on these buildings, make sure that they're up to par here. Sim, you actually might be a long way out. Okay, you actually can do it. Great. You're building that one. Tear down some of this old stuff that is the wrong culture as well. Awesome. They can rebuild. Well, rebuild the trader. Alright, cool. That's fine. For you, the port is outdated. Yeah, exactly right. It specifically kills it, so let's get rid of that. Then we'll do the upgrade and we'll give you the port back. We need a new wall, and that's you essentially fully upgraded. In the meantime, yeah, you have a spy. Do a little bit of a walk around here, see what's going on. Yeah, so we'll send him over there. You can have a little look. I don't think there's much here. Ideally, we have a general for it, but we don't. Actually, we do. We have you. All right, wait, hang on. You, come over here. Start lighting up this area a bit, because I want visibility. And then make your way up there. You can actually chill for the time being. All good. All right, that is ongoing. What do we have over here? Some things are wrong culture, so let's start tearing this down. Give you that one, then what else can we, sorry, wrong button. See, this is annoying. I can't get rid of this irrigation because I don't want to push it to irrigation. That's too much. So that's just a public order issue that we're gonna have to deal with. Fine. Then pop down. Do it in that order. That's fine. You're essentially parked there. No, we don't really need you. Alright, hang on. Let's do a little bit of a focus here. What were we doing with you? We were putting down some watchtowers. Yeah. So, continue that. On the major areas. Oh, you're with an army as well. That's not ideal. Fine. Alright, quick look over here. You're fine as well. Park's over here to keep it in line. Well, you're sort of fine, but you're not really there. Let's take a look at this. And retrain. It's... Did I put in irrigation here? Oh, I hope not. Oh, that's gonna be painful. That's gonna be painful at some point. Alright, let's boost it, but that's a mistake or an oversight on my end, if I did that. Fine, we can always tear it down and take it from there, but that's not ideal. What are we building here? Okay, so yeah, continue building up that. Same for you, I suppose. So putting this together, and this will be our Greek army to work with. Quick look, what do we need? Plop down some more. Anyone who can recruit Praetorians, by any chance? Urban cohort. What do they have? Can sap, use missile before charging. Armor piercing, primary weapon. That picture, is that their pila? Can you make this larger? Yeah, that's their pilas. They're not, it's not as if they're spear units. Hang on, fine. Don't worry about that. Give me the Praetorians. Armor piercing primary weapon. Can sap, variable armor, good stamina. Well, let's go with the Praetorians, you know, just for the namesake of it. It's pretty cool. Give me no, actually, sorry, you already have the horses. What are you missing? One more unit of archers. Skip the horses and give me another unit of archers. Also, I wanted to add in some of the war dogs. That seems pretty fun. That's a bit random out of nowhere, but thought these were actually pretty cool to work with.
Ready to sail.
Alright, well, this entire area up north, let's have a quick look, because honestly, it's starting to get pretty messy. You're essentially fine. You do need another unit of these guys, but we'll give you that one. Just go with Trader. And go with Temple of Jupiter. Nothing of this can be torn down. What are you doing? Not much, but you're plopping down your watchtowers, so continue doing that.
Can't do it, sir. Forward.
And just continue over this way. We have you. Any general here that can help out? Aye. No, there's not. There's not. A lot of armies floating around here though, but they're all pushing towards this area. Right. We know that it's there. Just keep an eye on it, but don't do much. Alright, that finally brings us back to the main area. Right, quick look over here. I can't lose these. Also, I'm fortifying them with the appropriate military buildings. I've been farming. That needs to be upgraded. Yeah. Then afterwards, tear down the shipwright for now. Please network. Yeah, I don't dare to keep that one for the time being. Stack up the fort for afterwards and the roads. This one obviously we can't tear down, so it's gonna take a little bit of work. Okay, you're fine, but you need some more guys. Quick look here. Yeah, this is all old, so let's get rid of these. It's all the wrong culture, and we need to stabilize this thing ASAP. That one we can't get rid of. It's already crop rotation as well. That's annoying. Large mines. Can't tear that down. And now they're unhappy again. Fine. Plop the army. Maybe not the entire army. Plop some of the legionaries back in. That'll keep them happy for the time being, but it's messy still. How about you? Yeah, same thing. Alright. So guys, I know this all takes a lot of time, but we do need to work our way through it. Maybe hold off on that one. Give me something relating to public order. Then swap out this one, which is the wrong culture. Police network 50%. This might hurt us. No, we're actually okay. Great. And then, yeah, I don't want to push the irrigation. Plop in the port. That should stabilize it to some extent. These things, wrong culture as well. Arguably it's Greek, so it's not as wrong as, say, pure Egyptian, but still doesn't help. Rhodes was always reasonably happy, so it was an easy one to work with as such, but ideally, this is not great. This might be painful. No, that's also okay. Awesome. So, plop this in. Jupiter, Trader, and that one. Very good. What do we have here? We have an army, which I think we were going to put in Salamis as the base point. Speaking of Salamis, how are you doing? Not ideal, but a lot of this is outdated as well, so let's clean this up. Can't get rid of secret police network. Right. Cancel these. Give me the temple first. Then the highways, then the port. Yeah, and then just keep it as is for now. So much to do, guys, with these places like this. It's nuts in that sense. Large mines, can't tear that down. Yeah, they're gonna be pissed about that, but it's already crop rotation. Alright, give them this one back. Swap out the roads. No need to go beyond that. Trade for afterwards. That should do the trick. Antioch. Yeah, we're building you up. You're okay with the time being, so let's not mess around with this too much. Alright, back to our focus on expansion, and I think we might have left it at the end of the turn, so let's close this. Sure, why not? Where? Cadonia. Okay, well, fine. Just keep everything in there.
Yes, Captain.
We have these random Egyptian armies, but they're also not doing much. So that's fine. Oh, they turned everything back to the wrong thing again. Right, well, just keep it for the time being. It's small. We'll worry about that later point in time. Thieves, how are you doing? Fine, given the fact that I'm not going to build anything there. I mean, I can't move the army out yet, but that's okay.
Orders. Orders.
We have you coming in.
Orders.
This guy should be fine. Alright, let's take a look. What were we doing over here?
An idea of service.
Check, yeah. Is there anything down here that we need to walk towards? Doesn't look like there is. You plop down a watchtower here. So we know that there's nothing there.
Sir. Without loud and clear.
Same for this setup. So, essentially, where we need to go is to this city over here. Where is our army? The army's over here. Okay, let's see. What do we have? Public order building. This one also gives bonuses. Yeah, I need these guys to be able to walk out, which they're not. Yeah, but it's coming up. I think arguably we can probably pull this off. Give it a bit more time, but they'll be okay. Great, we have you. You're on your way. Awesome. Keep walking that way. That's good.
Your Honor.
You just check here, but I don't think there's anything here. Petra, how are you doing? You should be okay. Alright, so just get you out of there. Put you in. That doesn't fix it, but okay, stay here. Plop some of these guys in there. And then I want you to come down here. Plop in watchtower and do like a cross desert watchtower hit. Just walk your way around there. You can now make your way here. Okay, good. I think we're pretty much getting there now. You can take care of this guy. Anyways, guys, I am getting to the the history of Egypt part. There's always quite some things to do.
Your Honor.
Okay, you're fine. Can you give me a spy? You can't. Can you give me spy? Yes, you can. Alright, great. These cities, they're not gonna get anything in terms of military building, so let's tear these down. Should help with the public order. I hope everyone's been doing well, by the way. I had a recently kind of busy week at work, to be honest, and today, which is a Friday for everyone's out here, I didn't do a whole lot, pretty chill day in that sense. As said, you know, did some trading on the back of it. But yeah, that was about it. But good to have you all back here again. And always a pleasure to get back to playing this. What are we doing here? Trader, that's okay. can't bump it with irrigation, so give it that one. After that, you don't need anything else. What are we doing here? Town watch, that's fine. This one we can't tear down, roads are coming online, and then you have those ones. Excellent, all good. Can you give them, no, you already checked that, you can't give me spy, but your recruiting one, alright? You also can't. Okay, fine. So please give them this one as well. You're continuously building up. Alright, fine, you just stay in there for the time being. You're holding the fort. And ideally, you should not be. You also can't recruit any mercenaries. Reasonably large mercenary force there. But we can't do too much with it for the time being. So just stay in the fort. Let's see, you're walking. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here. This is just like one large province. Awesome. There's a lot of, still like a lot of armies here I'm not comfortable to push against. Look, we're bringing pretty much all our forces over there. Let's see, you're fine. You can retrain those at least, that's something. And then just repair what you can. Quick look over here.
Fleet ready.
That's one fleet, good to go.
Fleet ready. Aye, Captain. Yes, Captain. Fleet ready. Fleet ready. Fleet ready. Ready to sail. Yes,
Alright, cool. Quick look over here. What do we have? You're okay. Give you one more. Sorry guys, just a quick check on how we're doing on this end before we make our way back. Small rebel army here, nothing to be overly concerned with. You're okay. Where's my QRF? That is you. Awesome. Just stay here, please. And I will build you out to a... Really? Still can't do that, huh? Alright, let's upgrade this then. For the time being, you're fine. Let's do one of those. Cool. Then over here, I don't think we had an army ready. No, we didn't. I thought at one point we did. Let's see, check any of the forts. Yeah, there's like a small contingent there. You're 55, you're kind of old. But that's okay, let's push you out here. Plop down some watchtowers for me. These guys are holding the fort, that's fine. You're okay. Let's see, quick check here. Let's do public order, sewers. You're still good enough in the pipeline. Alright, quick look over here. Where's our QRF? Still not amazingly happy. Which is interesting. So let's give them these ones. That should help. And blacksmith. Somewhere we have our QRF. Yeah, exactly. It's this guy. Alright, you just stand outside so I can actually see you. In the meantime, Londinium, can you also give me some additional units? Put these on the back end. You're okay. You need a bit more. Nothing there yet. Awesome. Alright. Let's see. You're unhappy. Okay. Thought we were fixing that. Alright, let's give them a range of other things that we can work with. tear down the military buildings, but we're not going to do that here. Same with the armor in that case. I'll keep the rest, but that should ease you over. You're okay, you're slowly coming up online. You're fine, needs a bit more work. Alright, quick check then over here. What are we doing? For you, just make your way over here. And then for you, take the long way around. And whilst we're at it, we can't build a watchtower. Another faction's territory, really? That sort of surprises me, but... Make your way there. And there's one more there. Alright, cool. So you're gonna make your way over there. You're gonna make your way over there. That should be good. Then I was building an agent somewhere. I hope. I should have been. Where did I pull this from? Look, you know what? Fine, you can make your way up here. Whilst we're still waiting for everything anyways. Okay. Let's see. So much happening here, guys. It's crazy in that sense. Alright, let's end the turn. And then we'll start with the history of Egypt. So, as I said, I think Egypt is important and it's an old civilization. So I would just want to run you through the history of Egypt in a nutshell, go through over some of the basics. So, we start off. No, actually, let me put this in perspective first. When I say Egypt is ancient, I mean it's really ancient. So, as a little bit of a perspective game, Cleopatra, last ruler of the Ptolemaic dynasty, let's call it, from our point of view, lives over 2,000, roughly, over 2,000 years ago. That is quite a lot. But yet, from her perspective, she's closer to us than she is to when the pyramids are being built, which is roughly 2,500 years earlier than she actually lives. But also, the pyramids aren't even built sort of in the early stages of Egypt's civilization. So there's like another gap there that would have to be crossed if you really want to do this correctly. So if we go through Egypt's timeline, we start off with the pre-dynastic period, which is roughly 5000 BC. That's how early we start, right? And that's early on. At that point, we're still talking about Stone Age civilization, pretty much. Last between 5000 to 3100 BC. Hang on, let me quickly focus on this part. Right, retrain everything for one turn. And then we'll work with it afterwards. That's probably fine. You make your way here. Great, continue laying siege there. And then for you, plop down another watchtower over here. So that's essentially full visibility on this front. You can't build a watchtower yet, but it's coming. Then let's pay attention here, because they're gonna try something stupid. So we need to swap out the units that are damaged. For any units that are not, ideally. Hang on, so quick check. You're okay, you're okay, you're okay. So, swap out these guys. How much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. put these back in his army.
Orders, sir. Orders, General.
And then let's swap out you.
Imperator. Sir. Sir.
Great.
Sir. Imperator. Move out.
Alright, and let's have you march over to Jerusalem to be retrained.
General.
You can take your place on this bridge instead.
Sir.
And that should be good.
Imperator.
Any chance you can hire some mercenary? No, nothing that's tremendously helpful. That's fine, you're still there on protection guard. Speaking of
General.
mercenaries, one more, okay, that's still not amazing, but better than nothing. Nothing over here as well. Alright. Yeah, let's do that over here, that's fine. And everyone is still walking. I'll send you over this way. Should be interesting, see what's out there. Awesome. End the turn there. Quite some things happening. Oh, and we're getting another battle. Without a general this time. So let's hide it on the map. It's a bridge battle. We should be able to pull this off. We're a little light on archers in this army, ideally. But let's see how we do. So pre-dynastic period, quickly back to that one. Not a lot of British sources there. Late Stone Age and around 3400 BC. You actually see the establishment of two separate kingdoms, north and south, roughly speaking, right? As in geographical location. And then eventually 3200 BC, end of the period, it's King Menes that subdues the north, thereby becoming the first king of the first dynasty, right? So we're talking about dynasties in terms of family names, right? So his family takes the first dynasty until another family takes over. Then at that point, we move on to another dynasty. All right, let me set this up, and probably whilst the battle's playing, we'll have a bit more time to talk about some of this as well. So we have cavalry, which is kind of useless in battles like this. So let's just keep them on the back foot. These guys on guard mode, fire at will. These guys on guard mode. These guys off skirmish, off fire at will. Not willing to send out the cavalry to die. You know that by now. That's essentially what it is if you do send them out. So I'm not 100% sure if I want to do that. We'll have a look at the armies and then we'll decide. So keep these two as reserve. Well, maybe, yeah. Keep them as a reserve. Let's do the, or you put them in the front line, thereby expanding your first unit. Let's actually do that. So we have, let's say, you guys are the first one. You guys are one. You're in reserve. You go with this guy. You go with this guy. You have the backup. Alright, let's set this up. First of all, we have the bridge here. Then we have you. You're gonna be over on this side. You guys will be out in the middle here, trying to see where we need the support. You guys come over here. You guys come over here. And then for the cavalry, let's see what's wisdom. I'll put you here for the time being and put you over on this end. There's a bit more land here to cover, so these guys could come in handy. So I think that's good. Right, let's set this up. So set this up quickly.
At the double. Quickly. Hurry. Hurry.
That's fine.
Legionary cohort.
And then we have you two. Just stay back for a little bit. And I'll see what to do with you. Archers, make your way over to the flank here. And then we have our guys over here. Let's quickly set this up before we get into trouble.
At the double.
Okay, so this is actually nice. We're able to fully block this path on our shoreline even.
At the double. Legionaries. Quickly. Cohort. Run. Run. Legionary cohort.
You guys... No, wait.
Legionary cohort. Legionaries. Unit ready. Legionary cohort. Cohort. Legionaries. Cohort. Unit.
Come up behind here.
Move. Move. Unit.
Archers, let's see where you're needed.
Archer auxiliary.
Turns out you maybe not needed here, so come over this way.
Archer
Fire on the bowman, please. Alright, let's flip the cavalry over this way. And these guys as well. Right, I'll try to talk about Egypt's history at the same time. But let's see how we do here.
Legionaries. Archers.
Alright, these guys are coming. That's fine. These guys form up over here. At this point, we have the cavalry that is essentially coming ashore. Let's try not to get them trapped, right? But at this point, it's actually still pretty neat, especially if we can try to get rid of the Egyptian chariots. I am not willing to send my cavalry to get bombarded by the chariots. But these guys, please, fire on the chariots. Get rid of them. But stay in skirmish mode. Focus on the bowman. Focus on the bowman, focus on the bowman. You guys, yeah, fire on them, very good. Let's put these in a little bit closer, maybe they can throw some pila whilst they're at it.
Your general now lies dead because of his foolishness. His
Oh, he
men will
didn't
lose
flee in
heart.
time because he's stupid. Alright. Just come back here, please. That's fine. We're not going to take too much of a morale hit. Alright, let's have some fun here. See what we can do.
The enemy general
This might be
flees.
a little bit of a sacrifice because I'm not sure how these chariots are going to play out. But I do like the idea of giving them a rear charge whilst they're at it. Take care of these guys. If you can focus on the chariots, and that would be great. And charge into these guys. I assume you've made your way back. Alright. Unfortunately without a general, but it is what it is. Alright, let's see how these guys will do here. Nope, that didn't go very well. Okay, I was hoping maybe if they could lock them down, that would be a decent charge, but didn't turn out that way. You guys, let's focus on the bowman. Yeah, these guys are essentially gone. That's fine. Not ideal, but it is what it is. Right. Back to Egypt history, whilst this plays out slowly. After the pre-dynastic period, we're getting to our archaic early dynasty period. Important period for cultural development. This is also where they get the idea of kingship, right? Where the king is essentially almost a living god. He rules with the right of God. Right, so that's an important one in that sense. These guys are still firing on. We can check this. Yeah, that's okay. Focus on the bowman. These guys are holding fairly well. Let's put one more of the actual legionaries in there. You guys form up behind. Yeah. So important period in that sense, but at this point, you know, we're still dealing with, you know, what we can call villages, and it's not exactly a highlight of civilization yet. Then we get to the Old Kingdom, and this is where the periods come into play, right? Old Kingdom, roughly 2600 BC to 2100 BC. This is where we're coming up with the third dynasty of pharaohs, and this is where the periods need to come into play, right? So we start off with third dynasty. At this point, it's King Djoser that asked Imhotep, his main architect and priest, to come up with a funeral type of setup monument, and thus they come up with the pyramid. For this specific one, it's the step pyramid. Currently placed near Memphis, and obviously the peak of this pyramid building takes place in. We're still shooting at the right guys. Well, maybe at this point you can fire into the ranks here. And obviously peak build the building comes into the Great Pyramid at Giza, which is was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. It is one of the wonders, but not all 7 are still standing. So at this point it's maybe a bit more solo. So that's, let's say, that's the period of peace and prosperity. I think when we think of ancient Egypt, that's where we come to think of. Then we get to the first intermediate period, and I'm going to go through these ones pretty quickly. So you have a few other ones. Intermediate period, saw the division of the kingdom and reunification again. Then we land at the Middle Kingdom, probably 2000 BC. Aggressive form of foreign policy with colonizing of Nubia, and actually ended on Queen Sobek Neferu, if I say that correctly. First confirmed female ruler, pharaoh, king of Egypt. Second intermediate period, right? Interesting one. Actually, you get quite some internal instability, leading to conquerors of on the Hyksos, foreign rulers taking control of Egypt, were eventually driven out. Then we move to the New Kingdom, 1560-ish BC. Interesting one for a few key points. First one is Amenhotep IV, who actually comes up with a little bit of a cultural revolution and puts in place his own new sun god, Aton, builds an entire new city for it, only for everything to turn back to normal, back to the old ways as soon as he passes. And also this is where you see the line of the Ramses kings, right? I think that's a name that we all sort of know. Then we land on the third intermediate period, roughly like 1080 BC. Changes central authority to more of a regional power, so slightly different setup. You see that things are becoming shaky and shakier as we go through the ages. And after this, let's say the third intermediate period, here we get to what we call sort of the late period to Alexander. And we call it late because at this point, under the Sate dynasty, Egypt is briefly... Oh my goodness, we're doing this again? Alright, well, hang on. Egypt is briefly doing this again. Briefly reunited again. But actually, this will be the last period of Egypt, of Egyptian independence under the native rules, 28th to the 30th dynasty. At that time, right? Obviously, you can argue that now, right, we're back to normal Egypt with its own native population. But at that point in time, it's the last one, because mid-4th century, we get the Persians that come in, and then a decade later, Alexander comes in, defeats Persia, thereby taking Egypt. After then after Alexander, after his passing, one of his generals, Ptolemy, actually ends up leading the new dynasty, Ptolemaic dynasty, essentially a rule of Macedonian kings, and the last Ptolemaic ruler in that sense will be Cleopatra before Egypt is essentially incorporated into the Roman Empire, and that lands us as our period here. Now that has implications for how you view Egypt, also in terms of gameplay perspective, and I think we'll get into that for the next episode. For now, let's pull this up. So, you are not tremendously helpful, along with this guy. So, what we're gonna do is... You're gonna be one group. No, sorry, you. Along with the spear unit. Part will. You're in part mode as well. Pull these guys together. You're together in your little group. And you just stay behind. Please don't get yourself killed. So let's set this up. Similar bridge battle. Let's put them in position, and then when it kicks off, we can work with it. I assume once again that the majority of this is going to take place on the bridge, so we'll keep the archers here. General will stay behind, more support. You guys are in the middle. Cool. Start the battle. So let's plug the gap with a very strong base, and these guys, to be honest, are taking a lot of the damage, let's say. Great. Where does that leave you? See where these guys are gonna go. So, plop this down. That should be okay. See what these guys are gonna do. So, you make your way to the shoreline. Same for you. And then you're going to start by hitting the Pharaoh's bowman. Get into position. There you go. That's your target. And for you, same thing. Regular bowman on that side. You're here for support. Same for you. Do you have... Yes, you do. You're essentially fine. Right, we're gonna try to make our way through this, guys, at a bit of a quicker pace. We know how this works by now. But whilst we're waiting, maybe I can... Next episode I'll focus on how Egypt sort of... some activities that happened during the Roman War. But for now, let me already say something fun on how this plays out in terms of the unit card. What you're looking at, these Egyptian units, let's take a look. This is what we call Bronze Age Egypt. Native Egyptian units Plug the gap here, please.
The enemy general flees. Press forward so the spirit of his army is
Yeah, okay, that got a little bit... that got a little bit sporty there at the end. Some of them managed to make their way through. Not ideal. Keep firing, please. Focus on them. Come on, take care of these chariots. Very good. Alright, that's good. Keep firing here. So the units that you're seeing here are what we call Bronze Age Egypt. Now that in and of itself is not too bad. Some barbarian mercenaries here even, but let's say the traditional units there. These guys. That's Bronze Age Egypt. What are these? That's spearmen, fine. Which is fine, and those fit in the early days Egyptian periods. What people find in here to the war is that by the time we make our way to Egypt, we can look at the exact year that we're in when we're back on the map. I don't know from the top of my head. When we make our way back to Egypt, the unit cards arguably should have changed a little bit. And that happens because of the influence, the Hellenistic influence of Alexander and his descendants. The Ptolemaic regime at that point, you see Hellenistic influences in Egyptian culture and also in its army composition. So you'll see hoplites and spearmen, right? Compared to maybe the traditional Bronze Age units that are being portrayed here in Rome Total War. So in that sense, you could say that they're wrong. Now, I'm willing to play devil's advocate, and I might get some heat. I might get some heat from this from some of the viewers. But let's say that in our roleplay, we make our way to Greece at such a rapid pace that we essentially kill the whole idea of Alexander and there being any type of Greek influence on the Egyptian, in the Egyptian country. Then you could say, okay, maybe Bronze Age Egypt is actually fine, because if we assume that Alexander's reign never would have taken place, then there's no reason for the Hellenistic influence to be there, and this could have actually worked. Let's take a look over here though, because this needs to work out well. Their Pharaoh's guards, as long as they can't get their hoplites, as long as they can't get their spears down, they should be in a good position. Let's give them a counter attack. Because we need to crush this, and then I'd rather have my legionaries sort of get out of their protective stance and actually give a little bit of a push here. Oh my goodness, where are the archers going? Please come back. Go stand over here. They chased them all the way out. That's fine, but not really the plan. And these guys, you're almost good. And they're surrounded as well, so no way out for these guys. Very nice. Good. Excellent. Right, let's let this play out. So yeah, that's where you could argue that things are wrong, and you could do a little bit of roleplay, try to steam your way through Egypt, through Europe to Greece, make sure that you essentially kill any idea of there being
The enemies show their true virtue. They are not so.
there being an Alexander. Then maybe this could have still worked, but it's questionable, right? Because even the Persians would have had an influence on how Egypt would have looked like, so it's a little bit different. Luckily, Creative Assembly did learn from their mistake. And if you want to do this properly, oh my goodness, we're doing this again. Right, we definitely need some reinforcements after this one. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the episode here because we've been through a lot of them. I'll park this for next episode, so stay tuned. Next episode, we'll defend our bridge battle. We need this army to come south to plug this gap because these guys are taking a beating at this point. And we'll get into detail on Egypt's role in the Roman Republic and the Roman Empire and how that kind of plays out. Interesting figures will come to play: Cleopatra, Caesar, Octavian, Mark Antony, a very interesting figure as well. So yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you all next time. Caesar Gaming out.